I don't even know how to switch the camera, girl. No idea how to switch the camera. I gotta straighten myself back. Can you see me in the camera? You're like all the way on this side. So now I can't even text and talk. If you sit there, you can see. Can you see the tire? No. This is good. Yeah, but you'll have to change it again. I mean, when you are you gonna stand up or sit down? Right here. Oh, this is good. Yeah, but the sun is making you black. Can't figure out how to flip the camera around. Okay, so why don't you put your chair over there and turn your? Oh, I see what you're saying. Can't figure out how to flip the camera around. You can't use your phone. Nope. By now. Because there's no way to test it before you go live. Or else I would have did this yesterday. I'll be right back. If anybody's watching, y'all be all right. We're going to learn how to do YouTube Live today because I bet you don't know how to do it either. So here's the thing I figured out is that nobody really, really wants you to do any type of audio, video, publishing, editing. They don't want you to do that. You know why they don't want you to do that? Because guess what? Then they can't charge you for all the other stuff of like that's why all editing suites and all of the software. That's why I watch people like Frostalker because he has a very hard time finding a platform to stay on to do what he's trying to do. Broadcast journalism training, Defense Information School here. Yeah, I learned on the Avid equipment. I learned on all that stuff. But if you can't go and find the actual software, it don't matter. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a live watch party on Facebook right now. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going and I'm taking this software or this link right here from this live video that you're watching, and I'm going to this watch party here so you can watch this live. I think. I don't know. I might not be doing that. I'm trying, y'all. Look, I'm just letting you know that they don't make it all that easy. And so if you have a hard time doing this, don't feel like, you're like missing the boat on something. It's not you. It's not that you're not so smart or whatever. I'm just letting you know they keep changing stuff. And me with my broadcast journalism degree and background and actual software in this type of area, I have a very, very hard time figuring out where and what. And it's not just about knowing how to do it. It's about understanding how to meet people where they are. Because I can I can know how to produce a video all day long, but knowing where to share it and how other people are going to watch it, that's a whole another conversation. So that's the difficulty. So connecting where people can join, connecting where you can have people who are and look, you seeing a gray black spot. You know what? I'm gonna move. Where's the sun? I should sit over there, right? You want it in your face? Yeah, I want the sun facing me. But see, there's really no sun out here, y'all. It's overcast. Face. I don't want their stuff behind me. Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm moving, y'all. I can't. I need the table. All right, y'all. I'm moving furniture now. I don't care this morning, so guess what? I'm just gonna move furniture. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's the whole point. I don't want everything showing in the camera. Thank you for trying to help, but it's too late. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know how to do this, you learn it right now. And guess what? The trick is just don't care. How about that? All this of having to look, mom all in the camera. I know she don't want to be on camera. Sorry, you in there now. At least you look cute. Okay. You know, you try to do a video, you try to help people. Well, look, I could have did that in the first place. I don't want the house in there. See? This is what I would have done. Last night, I would have staged this just like this, and I would have been all set and ready. But guess what? You can't do that when the doggone platform, when you go click that you want to edit and you want to save a scheduled live video, guess what? You can't save a scheduled live video because they take you live right then and there. I was like sitting on the floor with like my onesie on, okay, and like all my cords and everything all across my leg. YouTube automatically grabbed a screenshot of my feet and my onesie and put it on my video for live for today. Now, I don't care. I take pictures of my onesie all the time. I don't care. But I'm just saying, what if I did? What if I was naked? What if it was something else? That's just not cool. I don't understand why they setting people up for failure. It's like Instagram, Snapchat, live Facebook, little stuff where they're encouraging y'all to jump on camera. They're really not setting you up to get on camera for the purposes of having an audience. They're really not. What they're really trying to do is to get you and all your friends and followers and your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, people that you lay up on the phone and be phoning and 20 people on the phone playing a video game and all that type of stuff. Your little small group, they're trying to get you to bring all those people to their platform and then y'all lay up on their platform. These things are not conducive to broadcasters and marketing coordinators and people who want to build brands. And if you think that that's what it is, it's not. So like, okay, so you're on YouTube and you've got like 1,000 followers on YouTube or 5,000 followers on YouTube, and they talk to you and they chit chat with you over there, and oh, you feel like you're doing so much. But do you have any idea how small 5,000 people is in the scheme of the rest of the world? And if those 5,000 people aren't all paying you, so all of us aren't getting paid to do this, talk and do what we do. Some of us just do it for the sake of ratings, or we're trying to build a global platform or whatever your thing is. But guess what? You need ratings for that. And you're like 200 friends on Instagram don't count. It doesn't count. You have to be able to build a following, a public following. You have to be able to get ratings and marketing and grow an audience and do stuff where people are going to follow you to a thing like YouTube, and then YouTube tracks it. And then after a while, they start paying you. Shame on me that all this time I haven't been just doing videos on YouTube and making it where the only place that people can come find me is on YouTube. Shame on me, because I probably would have made a killing by now. I have a nephew and I have friends who are doing it. So that's maybe the way I should have did it if I was all about the money, but y'all are not. I'm not all about the money. So let's see anyway. Let me just take a break and breathe, because I did not want to do this irritated today, and now I'm just a little bit irritated. So let me check out and see if I got anybody talking to me. Can I even do that from here? I don't know. Y'all, they just didn't. It's just not very conducive is all I'm saying, okay? I'm just saying it's not. Okay, so they've got YouTube now. They've got your studio. You can live stream, right? And you used to have to do like download this encoder, and I don't even know if any of y'all have done that, but if you have, it's a pain in the neck. You see that? That's trash. If you downloaded this encoder, you had to download some stuff to your computer, and then you had to go live from your computer, and then why? Because they didn't want to pay for the hosting. They wanted you to host it yourself. Well, now they've got this live studio thing, and it's just like Instagram or just like Snapchat. Why? Because YouTube don't want to be left behind. YouTube is the video platform. So why would YouTube let Instagram stream you live and let Snapchat and whoever else stream you live, but then they don't stream you live? You can stream live on Facebook. You can stream live and stream here and stream there and stream everywhere, right? Okay. So now if you go to sugarfreecoaching.com, you can watch this live streaming video. So the whole point is that now you can stream live on YouTube easily and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? It's still not broadcaster conducive because I'm not seeing my chat box right here. I'm not seeing my chat. So if you're texting me or chatting with me right now, I can't answer because the video is on my computer and I can't see the keyboard, and that's where the chat box is. And I'm looking at it on my phone and I don't see the chat box on here. Y'all, I could tell you how to do it the hard way. I could tell you to download what is it? I can't even think of what the new equipment is called. The old version of the Avid that they do at broadcaster school is now on your computer, and it's been for a while. It's some software. All of what I've noticed is all of the music artists people have it. Yeah, I smiled when I said that. I ain't gonna tell y'all why yet. But anyway, all of the music people have it. But a lot of people like me still don't know about it because a lot of people who are doing what I do didn't necessarily go to broadcasting school like I did. So when I went to school, we had television and radio and CGVTR and boards and studio equipment and cameras and old-fashioned stuff with the big knobs and all that. But now they've streamlined all that down to where someone can have that on their desk with their Mac computer right there, and they can do everything right there. And most of the people who are interested in investing in that are going to be music people, I guess, because I don't know a lot of broadcast people who have done it. Because you can do this. You can just get on YouTube or Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook and blah, blah, blah. So I'm really talking to y'all. I'm really talking to y'all broadcast journalist people when it comes to this. I want you to be leery because I want you to understand that if your goal is to build a huge following, A, everybody's not seeing you except for the people that you already know. And B, make sure you download the content and do something else with it. Don't just go live on Instagram or Facebook or wherever else, and then you did a live video and then you didn't do anything with it. Download that video, cut it up, edit, do something else with it, have a watch party. They've got these awesome watch parties on Facebook now. I did one a little earlier. So my point is they are, and they don't necessarily make it easy to do that, but there are workarounds. So if you have specific questions to the type of broadcasting that you're trying to do, shoot me a note and I'll help you figure it out. Because they keep changing it. Even if you knew, even if last week you said, oh, I don't need her help, I already know how to do this, I bet you they changed it. Because the way that I used to edit videos on my laptop, it's gone away. Microsoft's gotten rid of their video editing tool. That's amazing. I've used it for years. It's the old version movie editor. Several of my phone apps, movie editors have changed, gone away, or either they're letting you do it, but they want you to save it to their platform now. And then YouTube's video editor studio has now changed. So now you can upload a video and you can make little changes to the video, but no longer can you go into your video manager and take all your videos that are uploaded and chop them up and edit them and crowd them together or put some of them together. And you can't do that no more on YouTube. Why? It's a great feature. It's very useful. I used it. Can't tell me other people used it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why are they completely getting rid of stuff that was working perfectly fine and people were using it? Because guess what? You're not going to buy I can't think of what it's called again, the Avid home version if you can do stuff like this. What would be the point unless you're a music person? I've been editing videos ever since I got out of broadcasting school, and I haven't bought the equipment yet. I'm not going to, but whatever. I'm just letting you know there's workarounds. I will find a workaround, life hack, whatever y'all want to call it. So enough about that. So anyway, I'm doing this Andrea in the morning on regular Monday through Friday from 10 to 11. And if you don't come on and watch, I'm not going to keep doing it. If you don't share comments and questions, then I'm not going to keep doing it. I know people are busy and I know people have a lot going on, but the amount of lessons that I've been sharing for the past 10 years that there are people that are just now catching on to or just now asking about is kind of appalling and disgusting. And I'm going to need for y'all to pay attention. I'm going to need for you to not wait 5, 10 years to ask me a question that I talked about 10 years ago. And if you do, I'm gonna need for you to apologize and be like, I'm so sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Don't just act like you just don't have time and you really need to have time, but you're not making time and then you just acting like it's no big deal. That means you lack integrity. If you can't pay attention when I'm sharing a very important fact, and then the very important fact comes up later to bite you in the behind, you need to apologize. Because if not, I'm going to wonder if you're a hater and if you lack integrity and why you don't just say what it is. You don't have to, we don't make mistakes and then pretend like we didn't make mistakes. We don't snatch the rug out from under somebody, drop the ball, fail to meet a deadline, tell somebody we're going to do something, not do it, and then just don't say nothing. You can. I'm just letting you know that I see you in the back of my mind, even if I don't say nothing. If you drop the ball, fail to meet a deadline, snatch the rug out from under the whole entire project, team, whatever, I might not say anything to you. I might, well, because if you're not on the team, then you're not really worthy of my stress level. You're really not. I'm not getting stressed out behind coaching people that aren't even part of what I'm doing. You have to either be a paying client, you have to be on my team, or part of a group that I'm speaking to. Just some random stranger that I'm never going to see again. I don't have a whole lot of energy for lecturing you because you probably don't want to hear what it is I have to say. So that's my personal self-care. And that's me showing you that I don't feel the need to save the world. I'm doing my small part. So if you lack integrity, I'm not going to, beat you over the head and lecture you about your lack of integrity. I'm just going to mental note side eye you, they lack integrity. When there's money to be passed out and divvied up, I won't be coming to knock on your door because I know that you probably can't be trusted. So if you dropped the ball, lied to somebody, hated, did whatever you did, all manner of things that people do, say it, own it. It's a point of growth. If you're coming back around to TXNL and living sugar free, oh my God, I screwed up so bad. I'm so sorry. I know they probably don't want me back over there. Guess what? Yes, we probably do. But not if you're going to try to sneak in the back door and act like nothing ever happened. There's a video going, circulating, Simply Denise about filling out the paperwork. If you've never filled out your paperwork, now would be a good time to do it. If you've left and come back several times, don't think that you can fill out the paperwork with 3 lines. You need to fill out the paperwork completely and explain why you left and explain what's different and why you're coming back. Um, if you've been following me for years and you think that I'm supposed to be somebody's social media guru and you sent me a client request, it's no harm, no foul, y'all. I'm not mad at you. I mean, it's flattering. Thank you for sending me a customer. But if you got an attitude because I told you that's not what I do, then shame on you for not listening. Regroup. TXNL, the Extreme Network Live, is the place where every single person, you included, and everyone you know can get help with their social media. You don't have to call me or knock on my door and say, hey, Andrea, I really want to grow my social media following like you. Can you help me do that? You don't have to do that. You can go to TXNL and you can just pay attention, glean, take the classes, post a comment, post a request, ask for help. Someone else can help you. It doesn't even have to be me. If you want to sit in my class and learn how to do what I do, you're going to learn a lot more than social media. You're going to learn about social responsibility and social influence and trust and transparency and doing the right thing and paying it forward and all of that other stuff that you probably don't want to hear about if you're just asking me how to grow a social media following. What else did I want to talk about today? I'm kind of overwhelmed a little bit because it's a lot going on, but I did want to cover a few things with you. I covered the video stuff with y'all. I'd be remiss if I did not mention that we are going into our 11th year. Coming up in August of 2019, we will have been doing this for 11 years. We celebrated our 10-year anniversary the other day, and the amount of people that are still connected to us is mind-blowing sometimes. Everybody has their own projects and various networks and different things that are taking place. But it all started with a collaborative community of people called TXNL, the Extreme Network Live. We've got career organizations and homeless organizations and veteran organizations, and business development organizations, and hospitality organizations, and real estate organizations, and all these different types of businesses and organizations and people that are improving communities, businesses, and lifestyles one solution at a time. And we appreciate you for it. I appreciate you for it. And thank you for being the change. And if you are not one of those amazing, life-changing organizations, get on board and learn how you can. being the change is as simply as just not chasing a dollar, y'all. Being part of TXNL, it's not rocket science. It doesn't take a whole lot. You can join the Extreme Network Live. Um, we don't. We do have an application, but we don't have any requirements to be members. You can be a member just by being a change agent. If you want to be an active TXNL executive, there's a few things that you have to do, but it's not hard. We're not like, it's not a beauty pageant. You know, if you want to, you can. That's the bottom line. So get involved in that. If you would like to have one of our executives to come out and speak, we've got a speakers collaboration that we've been putting together. We've got Simply Denise, and you can find all these people at their Twitter site. I'm going to say it this way. We've got at Simply Denise. We've got Andrew Baker, who is at Logic 007 with a K, not a C. We've got at Ask Anthony R. Forrester. Excuse me. He's Anthony Forrester at Ask Anthony RF. We've got several more, and you can go and see and look on our list. We've got at Labria Mitchell. And all of these people can speak on various topics and different things. And is my phone acting haywire, or is my feed not playing? Which one is it? The feed's playing fine. I'm just not able to see it. So basically, if you're watching me right now and the feed is acting funny or slowing down, it's not me, it's YouTube. Because I'm having a hard time watching my own self right now. But the video that I'm showing is playing just fine. So go figure, right? So anyway, see, I'm just letting y'all know they don't make it easy. So just go back and rewatch it. So anyway, you can connect with any of these executives if you would like their services. But if you'd like to be part of TXNL, they're going to tell you to go ahead and fill out the application. Oh, God, I had so much I wanted to talk to y'all about. The devil is always busy. Y'all see, I got on my tank top and my jeans. I barely even put on any makeup. I put some lipstick on for y'all, so my lips wouldn't be looking all dry and ashy. My eyes are all puffy because I got the Aspie overload. Can you see my puffy eyes? Let's talk about this Aspie overload thing. Do y'all know what that is? Some of the people in the autism community feel like they want me to have a whole autism platform, but the reason that I don't is because that's not my brand. My brand is to talk to the leaders and the executives, not the masses. So although you may know an autistic person, you might say, oh, go follow Andrea. She talks about a lot of great stuff. Well, I might overwhelm them. I don't know. They might love it. But my job is to talk to everybody else and help them understand what they need to be doing on your behalf. Wouldn't you much rather me have influence over your boss than to have influence over a whole bunch of other people like you? So my goal is to help people understand where they're missing the boat when it comes to autistic people or veterans or, change agents in general. My job is to help people understand why they should hire a social entrepreneur or a change agent rather than just somebody who has a pretty resume. A lot of people that I deal with who have been doing what they do for a very long time, they're very good at what they do. Maybe they're celebrity worthy, maybe they're stage worthy, maybe they're career worthy, maybe they're CEO worthy, but for whatever reason, they're not any of those things. It doesn't mean they're not good enough. It just means that maybe the reason that they're not a celebrity is because they weren't down with the Me Too movement. Guess what? When I first started, I couldn't say that like that because it wasn't as obvious to y'all. But we knew. We knew back then that there were people who should have been famous a long time ago, but the reason they're not famous is because they weren't willing to just go along to get along and sleep with whoever they needed to sleep with to get ahead. We've been knowing that, but it's a buzz phrase, so we can say it now, and you know what I'm talking about, okay? We know comedians and people who are stage worthy who should have been on stage a long time ago, speaking to thousands and thousands of people, but because they weren't really willing to sign for whoever or rub elbows with whoever, guess what? They had to do it the hard way and build their own. We know plenty of people who are job worthy and CEO worthy, but guess what? They couldn't pass whatever little stupid psychology test they had to take because maybe they're liable and subject to stand up and raise their hand when something's wrong and try to fix it rather than just going along with whatever rules they're given. There's a lot of reasons why there are a bunch of very, very amazing people in this world and in this very network who have brands, skill sets, or certain lanes, but they're not doing it the traditional way. Not because they're not good enough or not smart enough, but because they don't fit into a certain box. And guess what? All of the thought leaders and all of the experts and everybody who's selling a platform and building an audience and got thousands of followers on Twitter are all ooh rah rah rah. Why be like everybody else when you were born to stand out? Ooh ooh ooh, be the change. Ooh ooh, yeah, whatever. Those are the very people who follow 100,000 people on Twitter and then unfollow them all down to 10, including me, even though I've personally been knowing them for like 7, 8 years. They don't mean it and they don't really care. There are some very, very famous quote unquote thought leaders that I've been knowing for many, many years who just unfollowed me on Twitter along with all their other masses just because they wanted to make it look like they were more important than they really are. That lacks integrity to me. My feelings are hurt. You weren't talking to me anyway, so I could care less if you unfollow me on Twitter. I screenshotted it so I can talk about you, though, just so you know. Every single time somebody that I personally know, that I have actually conversated with or even had exchanges with when they were nobodies, unfollows me on Twitter now that they've got 100,000 people, I screenshotted it because I want to remember. I don't want to bump into you on stage because we will. I don't want to bump into you on stage and you're hugging me and acting like we're best friends and I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, just so that all the other people who are in the room at the time think that you know me better than what you really know me just because. And no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not going to do fake with anybody. I don't care who you are. There are certain celebrities that I know personally. There are celebrities that I know who stabbed other people in the back who should have been celebrities, but they're not because of them. We're not going to do fake. I don't care who you are. You can invite me on TV tomorrow, and when I sit in your chair, you better just not broach certain subjects. I'm not going to lie. Maybe that's why I'm psychologically unemployable. I don't know. I've been getting recruited lately by certain jobs, but I don't imagine that they're going to call me. And I'm not being negative. I'm not. I just know that I can't do this and do that because they have a brand to maintain and they have to answer for me. And if they put me high up in their company, then they have to go explain why I was on the internet talking about their partners. You're not going to pay me enough to shut me up, so you might as well just don't hire me. Don't recruit me. I mean, you're wasting my time and wasting your time. Unless you see this and you know what this is and you get this and you want me to really come fix it. A lady told me one time at a company at a bank that I used to work for, when I called the advice and counsel line before I quit, because they were doing all manner of dishonest, not just dishonest, but unethical stuff. Yes. The last bank that I worked for, the leadership team wanted to concoct a story about one of my staff members to say that he had done something that he didn't do. Maybe he did it. I don't know. I can't swear. I can't swear that he didn't do it. All I know is the way that they're saying he did it and the day they're saying that he did it on, they're lying. And that's what they get. If he really did it, then you should have been able to be factual about what he did. But not only did they say he did it on XYZ date, which we know is a lie, but then they lied and said that I witnessed it. Well, I was in training. So how did I witness this? Got my notes. It's called having a CYA file. If you don't have one, you better get you one. If you got you a CYA file, then nobody can ever say that you were somewhere that you weren't. Okay. So they tried to say that he came up short in the ATM, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't hold grudges. I ain't been thinking about this for years. But okay, so he counted the ATM down one day. He's not a teller. Why is he even counting down the ATM? He's not the head teller or any such thing. He's a personal banker. He's counting down the ATM supposedly and came up some ridiculous, god awful amount of money short. Okay, well, if you know anything about me, did you know that when I operating, I don't care if you stole the money or if you can't count, either way, we have a problem and this money is going to be right. There's no way I would have allowed that to happen and just went on about it. But not only that, this employee was a little retired on the job. And when I say that, I mean, if you don't know that term, it means you come to work every day, but you're there, but you're really not there. Well, we had worked together because I get to the root of the problem. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Who did what to who? Who did something to you that pissed you off, made you come to work looking miserable every day? We're not doing that in here. We got to the bottom of it. When I tell you he changed like night and day, overnight, he became one of our top employees. Not just in my center, but in our area. So now all of a sudden he's threatening other people's promotions, right? So now all of a sudden you come back with some old, tired, way back story that really you should be getting fired because if this person did this, why haven't you said anything about it by now? But whatever. I was like, I'm not going to have any parts of that. So that's why I quit. That's why I quit the last bank that I worked for because A, they were getting sued for some shady real estate business. And B, I'm not going to have any parts of this stabbing another human being in the back and sabotaging their career and their livelihood just because y'all are hating on them. And C, y'all ain't going to be around long anyway, and they're not. They're not in business anymore. So, flash forward, I didn't do it. I quit. He stayed there. I think he ended up quitting. But my point is that if you want me to come somewhere and fix something, don't tell me to come somewhere and fix something, but you only want me to fix part of it. Say, we just want you to fix this part of it and go away. Because the advice and counsel line lady told me when I called, I said I didn't want to work for a company that would do such a thing. And she was like, Andrea, she was like, I learned, through doing this type of thing that people don't really want to change. They just want to feel better. Well, guess what? That's not all people. That was some interesting advice she gave me, considering the fact that she worked for the company. So I kind of passive aggressive if you ask me, but whatever. No, I don't care if you just want to feel better and you don't want to change. Stay out of my area. Don't come down this lane right here. Don't come over here. Don't hire me. Don't call me. Don't have me come somewhere and speak. Don't hire anybody on my team. Certainly not anybody who's living sugar-free certified. If you really don't want to change, you just want to feel better. We don't really too much care about your feelings. It's not happening. If your feelings conflict with doing the right thing, you might as well know we're going to jump up and down on your feelings, period. Not intentionally, but it's just the way that it works. I can't tell you how many times I've written a blog and had no idea that I was talking about somebody very close to me like a dog had no idea. It's called instinct and intuition. It's called anointing. If I'm given a word and if I'm obedient to it, if I'm led to teach in a certain area, or if I have a particular topic that's placed on my heart and I'm going to go in all the way, of course it's going to relate to some of the people that I know and that I relate to or that I'm close to. Don't take it personal. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Oh, that's such a nice message. Oh, okay. I don't have no questions. I don't see no questions. All right, I'm moving on. Yes. Okay. So when you're in love for love's sake, you tend to do things for the good of all, even when people upset you. You're going to always do things that are best for your significant other, your family, your friends, your children. You don't have to compartmentalize. You don't have to. Some people have a hard time balancing spending time with people and giving of themselves with people, and it's selfish. You can't just spend time with the people that are your favorite. Like, only hang around people that are your favorite. Don't be passive aggressive and socialize and obligate yourself to people you don't even like. Don't do that. So then when you narrow down your life to people that you actually like and that you actually want to be around, then you don't have a hard time, divvying yourself up and also having some for yourself. Because if the people that you like are like minds and we're all on the same page, then that means that everything that you do, they're going to be good with. Like, your vision moving forward, the things you invest in, the things that you are active with, they should be blessing all of your like minds. And if somebody in that is not your like mind and they don't get what you're doing, then they need to kick rocks. Just saying. Some of y'all are married to people that you don't even like, and I don't get that. Okay, so when you're in love for love's sake, focus on the people and the things that are most important. So, my little pink Yeti. Let's see what else. I want to tell y'all some stuff, but I don't think I'm supposed to tell it yet. So that's why I'm kind of beating around the bush a little bit. I know, right? Okay, so wait, I have more. My brain, you guys, if you don't know an autistic person, autistic people get overloaded with lights, sound, smell, touch. Never mind all the intellectual stuff. I'm just talking about like regular sensory stuff. So that's why if you've ever seen the one that we share where, you'll be talking and the next thing you know, somebody goes squirrel, because now everything that you were talking about is completely gone. It's very easy to distract. Now, doesn't mean that you could tell them something that's a lie, that they know it's a lie, and they're going to believe it, because they will dig down to where that point is. If you give them the calm and the space, they'll get to the bottom of whatever thought process you need them to have, or remember whatever it is you need them to remember. Where are my socks? Oh yeah, I think I saw them next to that bag in the other room. And so that's how the brain is. Okay. But a whole bunch of stuff at once flooded, don't do that, because you might get cussed out. Like, and it's not even your fault. You just added the icing. But be mindful that you don't add the icing, because it's not fair. Okay. So let's see. Oh man, Lord have mercy. Automobiles, automobiles. Yeah, buddy. If you know the Sugar Free Coach really, really well, if you know my brand at all, you'll know that I haven't had a vehicle in many, many years. You'll know that the last vehicle that I drove was a Jeep Wrangler, and that I intentionally have not wanted to or intended to buy, purchase, or drive another vehicle until I got another one of those, specifically the 4-door Tonka Toy. Well, I broke down and got another truck, y'all, and I paid cash for it. And don't get me wrong, it's cute, but I don't do cute. That's not the point. I didn't want a cute truck. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of she luxury even. I ain't want that either. What I wanted was a vehicle that was smart at the time, because that's what I felt like I needed, and that's what I was supposed to do at the time. I was not looking to buy a truck. I was actually renting a vehicle, and this one came up, and it just kind of happened. Paid for itself multiple times over by now. But y'all, why is the truck not running sometimes because of the rain? Why is it a known issue with these types of vehicles, and the maker hasn't admitted to it yet and is pretending like they don't know? Why did I find like no less than 10 online forums and conversations like, oh, I'm sorry, it's a 2005, y'all. It's 2018. Okay. Why are there forums like since 2004? Again, it's a 2005. Why are there forums since 2004 talking about this issue, and people who have called the company and said that they act like they don't know what they're talking about? Y'all are so dirty. Dodge. Y'all are so dirty. The Dodge Durango is an amazing, amazing, amazing vehicle. But why are there so many people just in regular conversation and on the internet talking about, oh yeah, you know Dodge had them problems. Oh, you know they had them electrical issues. Oh, you know it might just stop working. Oh, that is so janky. Why would you want to put a product out and have people say that about it? How much money would it cost y'all to replace some weather stripping? Anyway, don't make me rethink my love of Jeep just because y'all own it now. Please don't do that to me. Please don't do that. Because I have turned my back on products that I love because the ownership is janky, and I will. I will turn my back all the way on Jeep. My absolute, like, Jeep Wranglers are like one of my only things in this world that I love, because I don't love a lot of things. I will not buy a Jeep Wrangler if Dodge keep acting like they don't know that there are hundreds of people riding in this world with a Dodge Durango where the water is pouring into the engine. Act like you don't hear me if you want to, because I know y'all hear me. Anyway, moving on. That's like with Samsung when I had that Galaxy Note, the very first Galaxy Note that was ever made, and Samsung put the Galaxy Note out, and then knowingly the Bluetooth just didn't sync with any of the new devices. You couldn't sync your Galaxy Note to your smartwatch or to any of the smart clothing, the Live Scribe pen. You couldn't sync it to any of that. And they knew it. And if you didn't know it, shame on you. Fire your whole entire public affairs department and your customer service and everybody, because they're not paying attention. Because in a matter of minutes, I found forums on top of forums on top of forums on top of forums. Okay. Now, I don't always have time to do that. I don't always have time to do that when I'm buying something, nor should I have to. And I don't always have time to do that right when I have the issue. But trust and believe, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to get on the internet and find out how many people besides me have had the same problem. How many times people on the internet been begging y'all to help and y'all been ignoring them. And how many years this conversation has been taking place, and y'all just continue on to sell the next one and act like you didn't know the last one had problems. That's the fleecing of America, and that's why the Samsung CEO is in jail. When you would do something like that, when you operate in a company like that, when you have that level, or should I say, that much lack of integrity, there's no way that you can expect that your company is going to operate successfully and flourish. Maybe you will for a few years. Maybe you might make thousands of dollars. Maybe you might get a $11.5 million investment, Sue, but it ain't going to last. It's not going to last. You can get a whole lot of money right up front, but if you don't operate with integrity and do the right thing by people, it's not going to last. And maybe Dodge don't care, maybe Samsung don't care, maybe Sue don't care, but you people listening to me, you little sugar-free sweethearts, it's time out for y'all to keep acting like you don't hear people. It's time out for you to keep acting like you don't hear what I'm saying right now. Stop acting like we're not your help. Stop acting like you didn't learn everything you know from somebody in TXNL or from whoever else. Maybe not us, but whatever. If you lack integrity, you lack integrity and you're not going to prosper. Okay? You might be doing really well right now. And a lot of people already have fallen off. It's been 10 years. We've been doing this 10 years. And 6 years ago, there's a whole bunch of people that could have said, yeah, right, don't listen to her. She don't know what she's talking about. I'm making plenty of money. Well, they're gone now. They didn't last. They flash in the pan. And even some of our followers and members jump ship to go chase after that person. They're nowhere to be found now. They're not even tweeting no more. Guess where we are? We're still right here. Everything might not always be perfect. I might have to fix my clothes after I get on air, or move the chair around or whatever. But this is real, you guys. These are real solutions helping real people with real problems. Okay? So what if you've been out here, you started a business, and you've been going with us for 10 years and then something happened in your family. Maybe somebody got sick. Maybe somebody died. Maybe somebody's company got sued. Maybe you got a divorce. Whatever. Maybe you had to move. Maybe you had to get a job. It doesn't matter. You're a social entrepreneur. You do what you need to do to get it in, and you do what you need to do to provide a roof over your head, sustainability for you and your family, but so that you can be a good steward and be in position to pay it forward. There is no shame in that game, okay? And we're going to, in the coming weeks with Andrea in the morning, calling some people out, sharing some truths, and sharing some real talk about some things that we've been through over the past 10 years. Because if not, y'all will keep thinking that we just got it going on and we perfect and we laying over here in the lap of luxury and got millions and ooh, they don't have no problems. To the point where when we go through anything, some people are so nasty to try to hate on us and say things like, how you gonna be posting mansions and going on and your mama's struggling? That is the nastiest thing I've ever seen that somebody could possibly say about me or somebody in my family or anybody in my network. I don't know if they were talking about me, because maybe just like I say things, I'm talking about you and don't realize it. Maybe they were saying something and they were talking about me and didn't realize it. But guess what? It was tacky and rude. And I'm not friends with that person anymore. Guess what? I used to regularly share their stuff and tout their greatness and talk about how I learned so much from them. But guess what? They were always a nasty individual. They were a nasty individual from day one when I met him. When I worked for him, he was a nasty individual. My job was to keep him from pissing clients off. So there's no shock that he would say such a thing. But guess what? I'm not following and supporting him anymore. Because even if he wasn't talking to me, I wouldn't want him saying that about somebody else. Who are you to question why somebody's mama is struggling? Stuff happens and you're nasty. And we're not going to get out here. Being a living sugar-free sweetheart and being living sugar-free certified as a leader is not going around saying nasty stuff about people. Yes, we're going to call people out when they do stuff wrong. Yes, we're going to hold these brands accountable. Yes, we are going to call out the fleecing of America. But just being nasty about other human beings, no, that ain't right. And you don't need to do that to build your brand. So we're not going to support that. And we're not going to stand behind anybody who's doing that. So if you're watching and you're listening, that's why you got kicked to the curb and cut, and we're not sharing your stuff anymore, because you're nasty. You're not going to be nasty to our network. You're not going to be nasty to our other executives. I'm not going to send somebody to do work for you and you're going to be, oh my God, Lord have mercy, y'all. 4. Let's see. 4 people who we have tried to help over the past 6 months have been literally kicked to the curb, cut off. When I say kick to the curb, I mean kick. I mean kick rocks, boo. I mean like get out, the door is locked. Yeah, like one person, I threw their bags out in the street. I'm not playing. Because Trust me when I say she probably telling her friends I did this to her. Yes, I threw her bags out in the street. Why? Because I'm a soldier, an infantry soldier at that. I'm autistic too. Guess what? If you jump in my face and you put your finger in my face, or you're pushing me, or you're threatening my family, guess what? I will whoop your ass. Seriously. So rather than me hurting you, I will throw your bags out the street. And guess what? When you're in my house or a house that I'm responsible for, and you're like assaulting and attacking people or causing strife and drama, I have every right to throw your bags in the street rather than physically restraining you or physically putting my hands on you. Because I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to hell for nobody, and I'm not going to jail for nobody. So yeah, I will remove you rather than whoop your ass. I'm not Pastor Bell. I'm not Mother Teresa. Okay. I'm not, well, I don't know. If you come up in Pop CC and start putting your hands on people, my pastor is a black belt in karate. So you might not, you you might draw back a nub then too. Because I don't know. I don't know if y'all think Jesus was a punk or something, but he wasn't. Okay. So just because we're godly and we love people and all of that, it does not mean that I won't snap and flip you over on your back. I've done that to somebody's mother before. Somebody's mother physically, y'all, I've had two people's mamas physically jump on me before. I had an ex-boyfriend's mother physically attack me, and I had a friend's mother physically attack me. Okay. And the ex-boyfriend had sense enough to get in the middle, but the friend couldn't do nothing. So I had to flip her mama on her back on the ground and hold her until the police came. Yeah. Now, the person I'm telling you that I threw their bags out in the street, this person physically got in a fight with their mother. But she didn't just hold her mama down until the police came. She hit her mama back. That's why she had to go to jail. That's the difference between me and you, is that if I know that you're not in your right mind, I'm going to get the upper hand. I'm going to either physically remove you so you don't get hurt. But if you catch me off guard and physically jump on me, I can restrain you. Yes, with my little teeny self, I can physically restrain you because I'll use your own body weight against you. And if you're in the wrong and you're the one doing the attacking, then I can hold you down. So I physically restrained her until the police came. I can do that. But if I see it getting to that, if you're antagonistic and always starting stuff and always every time I turn around, somebody saying that you did and blah, 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 you got to go. Because not only are you not helping, but you're a distraction. You're wasting resources. You're spending people's money. Every time I turn around, you got your hand out. You always spend. Yeah, you got to go, boo. Got to go. So that person is no more. There's four of them. And in my flesh, in my humanness, I don't really care. Yeah, seriously, y'all. I'm just like y'all are. I could be as selfish as every last one of y'all. But in my spiritual renewing of my mind and trying to do what God has called me to do, I care very deeply because now I know that you might be subject to go run yourself into a brick wall because nobody else is going to be willing to help you the way I was willing to help you. Somebody else is just going to take advantage of you. Somebody else is just going to use you. Okay. That makes me feel very bad. But then I go a little bit further deep into my leadership, being a good steward. And I know that God said that if somebody does not want the help, then we shake the dust off our feet and keep it moving. And me being a good steward is not allowing you to sabotage what everyone else needs. So if you're always spending all the money, or if you're always creating strife, or you're always gossiping with everybody, every time we bring a new person in, you're loud talking them and having arguments. If you're on my team, why are you arguing with new people? Why are you talking? If you don't like somebody, shut up. Nobody asks you your opinion about who you like and who you don't like. If you're not a TXNL exec and you're not over HR and you're not one of the people who makes decisions on hiring, what do you think that your opinion matters when it comes to liking somebody? This is not a 9-to-5 job. Nobody's getting a salary. So who do you think you are to assert yourself to not liking a volunteer? You're an extra special kind of person and you're extra entitled. And if you can't get it together, you got to go. So yeah, we kicked 4 people to the curb over the past 6 months that I had actually taken under my wing and spent my own resources and money and time to actually try to help. One of them was kind of sickly, y'all. The reason she had to go is because all she wanted to do was complain about her illness. All she wanted to do was talk about the doctors and how they're trying to kill her. Well, why you keep running in there? Why do you keep eating yourself to death and then going and running back to the doctors to talk about it. Now, we have separate issues. Am I unempathetic? No, I am very empathetic. That's why I have to be a good steward. But what you're not going to do is hide and hoard chocolate and food and eat everything that I told you not to eat, and then jump up and down and call the doctors all manner of evil and the devil and talk about how you're going to get them. Now, just being depressed and wanting to eat yourself to death, that's a separate conversation. But no, you're not depressed. You're entitled and you're spoiled and you got a little bit of bitterness on you and vindication, and we don't operate in that way. You are not going to come over here where our job is to be the change and to be social entrepreneurs and try to make our whole focus about just getting back at somebody. That's not what we do. I got a laundry list of people that I could get back with, and if that's what I wanted to do. We're going to do a show coming up. I'm going to have Simply Denise on, and we're going to talk about all the people that I could get back with if I wanted to. We don't do get back. I'm a walking lawsuit waiting to happen. I say that all the time. I'm not running around looking for people to sue. So what I'm not going to do is let you come over here, and now all we're talking about, we can't talk about anything else. We can't talk about any of the projects or these other people's problems or the other people we're trying to help, because all you want to talk about is nailing these people to the wall. Now, I'm sorry for what they did to you. I am. But now I'm starting to look at you, and it's like you set yourself up for these situations. You don't eat what you're supposed to eat, then you're going to go run back to the doctor, and then you want to talk about them and say that they're trying to kill you. No, you're killing yourself, and not on my watch. I can't be a part of that. So that's it for that. It's August. What else? And just ask me overload. Okay, so there's people in the background of my show right now telling me what to talk about, y'all. And then she just made my brain hurt because the thing she wanted me to talk about is not until February. And it's August. And I'm going to see y'all 4 more times this week. So no, I'm not doing that. Stop. You go get your behind in a chair and sit next to me, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about, right? Okay, so something else. Okay, so okay, I took my dating profile down, you guys. I did put up my dating profile site back again. If y'all remember 3 years ago, I did my online dating and I joined the top dating sites. And I wanted to share with y'all what they were, because some are really awesome and some really, really suck, like horribly. Okay, so you guys, I did the research and I found out what they said the top ones were. And they said Badu, Tinder, OkCupid, Hinge, and there's others, and of course you know about the paid ones. But whatever, y'all. I'm not into sharing ideas with y'all just for random stuff that you can't even get in the door without paying, you see. So I'm not going to talk about what's it called? What's the one everybody knows that can afford to do these big old nice commercials? Match.com. I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm sure that Match.com is wonderful. And if you got it like that, you can afford to pay that amount of money and go on a date, and it's a big to-do, and this person seemed like they were perfect because their algorithms are so detailed and the questionnaires are so detailed, but then it still didn't work out. Now you got to do it again. I'm sorry. I don't have the mental energy or the financial delegation to do that. I'm not spending all my money on dating. But the thought of having to spend my money to meet my perfect match, it hurts my feelings. So I'm not, nothing against them. I'm just saying, y'all do that, whatever. I'm telling you about the ones that are free. So I listed all of these, but I'm just here to let you know. Badu and Tinder are the only ones where you can actually like somebody and they like you back, and you can go and see who liked you and send them a message. All the rest of them are janky and sneaky, and this is what they do. They say, oh, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right. But you know you swipe left, swipe left, swipe left, and you swipe right, swipe right, swipe right. Now, on Badu, people are like, oh, I don't see likes. Send me a message. Okay, don't make a fool out of yourself like that. If you click like and they click like, you're going to see it. Okay, so you don't have to sound all desperate and demand that everybody send you a message. If she's old school like me, she's not going to send you a message. I'm sorry. I want it to be like the good old days where if you're interested in me, you walk up and talk to me. I don't want, and y'all are wrong for this. Y'all are wrong for acting like you want to encourage women to make the first move, when in reality, you don't want a bossy woman. You don't want an aggressive woman. So just rethink that. Just rethink all of that, y'all. Because one of the things that women like me have caught flack for all these years is, oh, she want to wear the pants. Oh, she too aggressive. Oh, she won't let him be the man. Oh, you got too much. So women like us have had to find a balance in there. So when women are willing to um to to be the support in their relationship, to let a man be a man, don't go and flip their brain all around and try to act like, oh, no, said no, you don't do that. Now you got to be more aggressive. It's too much, y'all. Stop doing it. But anyway, that Hinge one and OK Cupid and all these other ones, y'all, they don't. You can swipe like all day long. They're not going to let you see if the person liked you back or even sent you a message unless you pay. That's just my little FYI for the dating site. Okay. Also, too, you need to have a 3-day no catfish rule. That means if you like somebody and your head start going butterflies and start spinning around or whatever, please video chat with that person within 3 days if you cannot see them in person. If you're going to go see them in person, don't go by yourself because you might get kidnapped. But don't sit up and talk to nobody for no week, 2 weeks, be sending them pictures and money and all this bunch of foolishness that you see on Catfish, and you've never even done a live video chat with the person. You need to live video chat within 3 days. And then if you really, really like them, you need to physically lay eyes on them in person within a week. Okay? Don't get catfish because that's some janky silliness. So yes, I took my profiles down again because, well, I'll tell y'all about that later. But I'm not on the dating sites anymore. So that was fun. And my whole purpose of doing it was that I wanted to share it with y'all. So I jumped out there. I did it. I did it twice. First time I ended up in a relationship for 3 years. And he's nice. He's a great guy, but we're not together anymore. And he gonna make somebody a wonderful husband, just not me. And now I've taken my dating site down for a whole nother reason because, yeah, I'm probably gonna be with who I should have been with in the first place. So I wanted to share that with you. So no more dating apps for me. That's all I have for today for Living Sugar Free Andrea in the Morning. Tomorrow I will try to be less stressed out, but I don't know. It seems like when I'm stressed out and on edge, then I share more of the real of what I'm supposed to share. So I'm trying to work on getting there without being irritated in the first place. So I love y'all and thank you so much for joining me, whether it's in the morning or in the evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining me from around the world. Shoot me a note if you have a question, if you want me to share in detail about anything I talked about, if I forgot to talk about anything I promised you to talk about. Hopefully, I'm going to have Simply Denise on with me in the next couple of days. And then we're going to be doing some interviews as well with some TXNL execs. And I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Bye. Love you guys. Thanks.